Fellow South Africans, alert level 2. Alcohol, tobacco will be lifted.
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
There has been an awakening.
Welcome to the first episode of the Mork Show. I'm not gonna lie, this first one took a little bit longer to get out than expected. So if some of the news is maybe a few days old, I really do apologize. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it, shall we? So a few weeks ago, we all started hearing rumors in the newspapers and Facebook social media that our Supreme Leader Cyril would be lifting the ban on alcohol and cigarettes. Well, as it turns out, and we all know now, that was all true.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true.
So as of the 17th of August, the all-knowing government has seen it fit to bestow us poor peasant folk,
I'm your king.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
with the gracious privilege to again be allowed to buy alcohol and cigarettes. And they've moved us down to level 2. Why? So we can get our peasant asses back to work. Oh, and don't forget that extra 1 hour of yard time outside. Woohoo! But before you get too excited, the ban being lifted is for no other reason than to replenish the now completely depleted tax coffers. Kind of what happens when you shut down the entire country, then take loans from China and attempt to dip into the pension fund just to keep the lights on. But they can't even do that, can they? And who's going to pay back that entire debt? It sure as shit isn't going to be them. And you know who it's going to be? It's going to be you and me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
None of this started with Corona. It's been years of state corruption, fire pools, and the Zondo Commission that's been in progress for longer than 2 years now, and no one's been arrested. And it's this exact same government that has stripped you of your civil liberties without batting an eye, and kept you on your knees for the last 145 days. You know, the kind of thing dictators or evil supervillains do.
Is this not your natural state?
You will always kneel.
Not to men like you.
Let him be an example.
You know, the last time I was in Germany
And saw a man standing above everybody else. We ended up disagreeing.
So how did this decision finally happen? Well, the president chaired a meeting with his cabinet and the NCCC, which is short for National COVID Command Council. Wait, I'm sorry, I just can't. Who in the fuck thinks of these names? I mean, it sounds like a third world Chinese ripoff of, I don't know, the A-Team.
We have never faced a threat like this. A team is being assembled. They're the best operatives in the world. When all else fails, we don't.
I want it.
Just in case you're not aware, the NCCC have been behind these amazing logical regulations like keeping you off beach sand and what kind of open-toed shoes you're allowed to buy. Also, the power to completely and utterly overrule the president himself. Now, the NCCC, who you'd think would be made up of some doctors, epidemiologists experienced in, I don't know, viral infection, some economists, experienced strategists, maybe a constitutional lawyer or two.
Yes, science!
But oh, just how wrong you would be. It's literally made up of the exact same ANC comrades that make up the president's cabinet. All the ministers minus a few non-essentials. Ironically, those ministers not included in the NCCC is that of small business, public enterprise, and employment. Kinda makes sense why the economy is so fucked right now. Oh, and the Minister of Women was also excluded. Yes, South Africa literally has a Minister of Women. Basically, the conclusion of this cabinet meeting was that the economic devastation caused by the cigarette and alcohol ban, including the millions of jobs lost due to the ban, are now all of a sudden no longer justified. No fucking shit, you absolute cock-wobbling dumbasses.
Captain Hindsight, thank God you've come! What's the skinny? There's people trapped in that burning building, Captain Hindsight! You see those windows on the right side? They should have built fire escapes on those windows for the higher floors, then people could have gotten down. And then on the roof, they should have built it with a more reinforced structure so a helicopter could have landed on it. Yes, of course. Well, looks like my job here is done. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, Captain Hindsight. Thank you.
Somehow, and fuck knows how, these geniuses at the NCCC came to an overwhelming agreement to now fully reopen the economy. Obviously, this was due to the massive decline in COVID cases, the 80% plus recovery rate, and hospitals having a 60% reduction in corona-related admissions, as well as the sudden realization that the ban just wasn't working. Both cigarettes and alcohol were being sold openly. The black market was thriving and the entire ban was rather pointless, and it only took them 145 days to figure that out.
I've just had an apostrophe.
I think you mean an epiphany.
Lightning has just struck my brain.
Cyril made his address on the exact day the state of disaster was to officially expire, and by moving us to level 2 has technically extended that state of disaster again. This essentially now gives the NCCC parliamentary free rule with no accountability until the 15th of September.
Why are you guys so anti-dictators?
So we're not out of the totalitarian woods just yet, but at least the massive brains at the NCCC have figured out a way how to keep us safe from the virus for most part of the day. But not between the hours of 10 at night and 4 in the morning. Apparently COVID turns into a fucking vampire or something between those hours. Not even masks work, so stay the fuck inside.
Becca? Are we gonna die?
No. We need to find more light.
It's all unfortunately just a little too late. The amount of businesses in the hospitality, tourism and alcohol industry that have permanently closed is just insane. With an estimated 4 million people now out of work. That's on top of the already 10 million people that were unemployed before lockdown. The economic stats also really don't look good. The 2.2 billion rand a month that just tourism accommodation brings in is down by 97%. Car sales, that's down by 45 billion a month. The ramifications and consequences of the actions taken by the president and his cabinet will take some time to kick in, but kick in they will. It's inevitable.
I am inevitable.
The cherry on top is the ever-growing list of PPE corruption by ANC party comrades, who in the same breath swear to fight corruption they are responsible for. I mean, if you want to know that you're living in clown world, this is the perfect example. Also, a big shout out to Big Daddy Liberty, who did a great breakdown of the mindset of the ANC and how they go about doing this.
And the ANC are not dumb. That those same people would vote for those same politicians that sicked the army and that sicked the police on them. They realized that, they quickly closed that chapter of level 5 and level 4, and then they moved on to these nonsensy levels of level 3 and level 2, where they give us our freedoms back. You know, we came hat in hand as the public, and we said, oh, please, oh politician, can you give us some freedoms back?
BDL's a great guy doing the Lord's work. As usual, links on the description below. Also, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And now for a quick word from people who definitely didn't sponsor us. And while we're on the topic, if you're looking for some great advertising real estate, make sure to get in touch.
Oh man, what a game! The tries, the bouncing.
Surveillance, good game.
Good, yeah. Incredible. Never had that many points being scored by, but never.
Stop. Not just last week, when my wife racked up a ton of loyalty points on a shopping spree.
What the fuck does that mean?
Me, my eyes are wide fucking open.
Your wife, she could be swapping you to...
Don't do that.
Marvin, what do you make of all this? You gotta have an opinion.
With Nedbank.
Oh, what the fuck's happening? Oh,
man.
shit, man.
Oh man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Why the fuck you do that?
Nedbank. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
That was just a joke. So much for trying to get this channel monetized. Just calm down. It's parody, you know? Fair use and all that shit, YouTube. Here at the Mork Rock Show, I don't only talk about news and politics. I also care about your happiness and you being well entertained.
Are you not entertained?
If your answer was no to that, well, maybe that's because you literally watch everything there was to watch during the 3-month lockdown. But don't worry, I got you, fam. This last week was the official first half of the DC fandom, which is pretty much Comic-Con but for DC fans. There was some epic new footage and trailers from all the new upcoming DC films and games. At the top of this list for me personally would be the much awaited Justice League Snyder Cut, hashtag Snyder Cut. And we've waited a pretty long time for this to actually happen, and it finally did. Awesome.
He's never fought us. Not us united.
We also got the very first trailer for Matt Reeves' new The Batman, with our favorite sparkly vampire, Robert Pattinson.
Well, now it's my turn.
We got a brand new Wonder Woman 1984 trailer, which showcases the new villain Cheetah. But again, this is probably like the 3rd or 4th trailer that they've released for Wonder Woman 1984. DC even had some exciting news for gamers. A brand new title in the Arkham Knight series, Gotham Knights, featuring Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and the Red Hood. And it seems to be set right after the events of Arkham Knight. And I loved Arkham Knight. Pretty awesome game. I'm a bit weird not having Batman in it, but it looks awesome. Links as usual are in the description below. Go check it out if you haven't. And that's it, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. And remember, if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget the little bell so you can be the first to know when new videos are uploaded. You rock. See you soon.